Bitcoin just ran 50% into a major resistance zone. Now the question is, are we going to continue up slightly from here to 30K, or is this the local top and we're going to be heading back down? We have big news coming out later this week, the GDP, as well as the core PCE numbers. We have to look into all these different factors and let's break it down on the charts. Let's go. All right, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Taking a look at what we have going on here on Bitcoin. We just saw a major run off of these lows, about 50% in a very short amount of time. We basically just went parabolic after the banking crisis triggered right around here. Everyone started panicking, pulling money out of the banks, trying to figure out what to do with their money, getting their money out of stable coins after USDC depegged 15%, causing a lot of fear. Also, CZ Binance saying he's getting rid of BUSD and buying Bitcoin and Ethereum and BNB instead. It's like, okay, where the fuck do we put our money now? And obviously, it seems like the safest bet is to go into Bitcoin, and that could be what triggered this massive 50% run on Bitcoin, which I wasn't expecting, okay? This was a huge rally. Props to the bulls who caught this move. Good for them. I made a lot of money on this pullback going short. Then I added to my short here and unfortunately got stopped out on that position short. I am now getting slightly short again. I haven't gone balls deep short at all. I'm looking to potentially get short if we start spiking into 30K, potentially upwards of 32.5 or so to get in short as well. So right now, we're highly oversold in the greed territory on the fear and greed index, okay, which is definitely indicative of a potential local top. And also, if we look back, kind of back here at the weekly chart here, guys, we have a lot of resistance here, right? We continually pulled back into this level at about 28.6 here on the chart here. And that's basically exactly where we topped out here after a huge, look at this weekly candle. This is massive. You also got to factor in, guys, that we are highly in the greed territory on the fear and greed index on the weekly chart. Weekly chart is a pretty big indicator. Obviously, right, we are down here in the fear territory for the weekly for a while, and that also led to a huge bounce to the upside. Now we're running into the greed territory on the weekly chart at a major resistance level. Now we topped out at about 29.33. We didn't quite get to 30K. I still think we could potentially push into 30K and even higher if we consolidate in bull flag here, but there's also resistance, previous resistance here at about 32.3, which I think would kind of be the max top area here at that previous highs here on the daily chart, which I have a grid of orders that I'll be adding into this range. Very small orders. I would only lose, if we start spiking up over this and closing over this, I would only lose about 1.5% of my portfolio. That's all I'm risking. I typically risk between about 1 to 1.5 to sometimes 2% per trade. It would have to go up to about 33.6 or 34K almost to stop me out. And that's also possible, right? That's the risk you take when you take a trade. You got to set the opposing order of like, okay, if it doesn't go my way, I got to have a max loss limit. And it's important that you do that, which I do have an app coming out for MT5 that'll calculate all that for you, as well as the degenerate suite that's coming out. All these indicators, degenerate shift, fear and greed, golden death, degenerate, and degenerate juice, all coming to you soon. We also have to factor in that when we look at the daily chart here, guys, we are in this channel, this ascending rising channel, and we continually tap into this resistance level here, almost here, and then this whole range of candles right here, and also that spike to the upside. These are all potential topping signals where we could potentially come back down and retest that support, right? The horizontal major support is right around here at about 25K, which would definitely be the first initial target if we do start pulling back off of here for Bitcoin. And then if we break this down and start getting back under 25K again, as well as break down below this ascending trend here, the next major support levels are about 21.5 as well as 19.5. Now, I do think there is a high probability that we do run out of steam here. I can't tell you what's going to happen in the future, but, you know, I think that we got a lot of things to consider when it comes to crypto and what's going to happen. I don't think the U.S. stock market is topped out. I think U.S. stocks still have quite a lot of downside to go. We are in a weird, sticky situation with inflation, Fed printing a shitload of money to bail out these banks. They can't keep raising interest rates or keeping interest rates as it is because inflation is coming. Now they're printing more money, diluting the system even more to bail out the banks, which can then create even more inflation. So it's like, what the fuck are they going to do to keep this ball rolling? I don't see it ending well. And I do think that stocks are going to continue to slide, potentially come back down to 3,500, even as low as 3,200 or so on S&P, of which I am still short the S&P. I'm short the NASDAQ. I'm short US 30 all right now. And I'll continually add to my shorts here on the S&P 500. Now, if we start getting back above 4,200, I'd be like, okay, we're not in a bear market. I got to exit my positions. But if these things do happen, if US stocks continue to drop, I think that is going to bleed into crypto. All the on-ramp and off-ramps for crypto in America have basically gone under. SVB, Signature, Silvergate, the top 3 crypto banks, all have gone under. Now, Governor DeSantis has come out and said, or there's rumors, Kathy Wood said that there are rumors that Governor DeSantis could be working with local banks in Florida to basically recover these on-ramps and off-ramps for crypto, because he also just came out with a bill that says he wants to ban CBDCs from used as money in Florida as well. So brief interruption here, guys. Did you know that 75% of traders have accounts under $25,000? This creates a huge problem because even if you double that account in a year, which is almost impossible, you're still only making $25,000. Introducing Hydra Funding, where you can potentially get access up to $500,000 in capital. All you have to do, guys, is sign up for a challenge account, which is going to give you potentially access up to $500,000. And if you earn a 10% profit in this demo account without going into a 5% loss overall or a 4% loss in a day, you will then pass their evaluation phase and, yes, get access to an account with the selected size account. And now, instead of trying to double a $10,000 account, you could potentially earn only 10% on a $100,000 account to earn the same level of profits. And the benefits of this are huge. Rather than risking your entire $10,000 on one account, you can use just $1,000 to potentially get access to $100,000 in capital. You can trade crypto, forex, stocks, CFTs, gold, oil, everything under the sun, all on MT4 and MT5. If you're interested, if you have an account under $25,000, like 75% of traders out there, you're not going to make any money with that account because it's too small. Get access to pro level funding and pro level capital with Hydra Funding. Link's going to be below. So interesting to see where is going with that. Also, you have to factor in the XRP, of which I just bought a small long position here as we speculate towards the settlement date, right? If we do get settled, this is definitely going up towards 1. I'm taking it for a trade right now just on speculation, locking in profits between 55 to 65. If we start getting back below the 200-day moving average, as well as the 50-day, as well as this actual breakout line here, that'll be like, okay, I got to get out of this position. But we have to factor in and consider what's going on here. Coinbase is getting sued right now, just got issued a Wells notice by the SEC. The settlement for XRP and Ripple is coming up soon. We don't know when. If they lose, if SEC wins in the case versus Ripple, that means XRP is going to be classified as a security. SEC is going to come after every coin listed on Coinbase other than Bitcoin and say they're all securities and you all have to register if you want to be traded in America. If that happens, a lot of them probably aren't going to register as securities. Trading in the US will essentially be over, which is not going to look good for crypto as a whole. If the US stock market continues to bleed down, it's going to bleed into crypto. If we go into recession, it's going to go into crypto. If every coin on Coinbase is now going to be officially labeled as a security, there's not going to be any trading in America. There's going to be a lot of fear. A lot of people are going to be selling in America. That's going to be a lot of money outflow from the crypto system. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out, but there's so much things you got to factor in right now with the potentials. Obviously, if the SEC loses and Ripple wins, that's going to be a big win for crypto. We'll probably see a massive spike to the upside across crypto on the board because we just got a big win over the SEC. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm currently long small in XRP in the case that does happen, but I'm net short US stocks and I'm also net short Ethereum as well as Bitcoin right now, right? Ethereum, I'm currently short right now, but we are potentially bull flagging. We got a lot of support here at about 1700 or so. We could potentially bull flag and see one last spike into 2000, which would be a much better short in this kind of range right here. For Ethereum, a spike over 2K. Anything in this range, I think that would be a solid short for a potential bull trap. Fake out here on Ethereum, as well as if Ethereum does get that run to 2K, that's going to be an altcoin run where we see a lot of breakouts across the board on altcoins, of which BNB, I do kind of like this pattern forming up on BNB. This is what we call a revival pattern to break out back above 336. I think could send this back up to about 400. For BNB, also looking at Link. If you look back at kind of the long-term pattern here in this channel, if we start breaking out above this, channel here on Link, we could easily come back up and retest 10. And if we break out over $9.50 to $10 per coin, we're probably heading back up to, anywhere between about $12.50 upwards here, about $13.75. So a lot of different coins that are forming up. Also on Solana, right? Very speculative on Solana. We have resistance here at about 26, here, Also a lot of resistance here. But if we start breaking out above this descending trend here and also hold support on this ascending trend, that would be a catalyst for this to break out here, potentially retest. And if we retest this level at about 25 and then officially break out over 25.90 to 26, that'll be a revival pattern breakout with the next resistance targets about 36, upwards of $46 as a profit target zone for Solana. So a lot of this has to do with how well does the US stock market hold up and what happens with the XRP case, of which is pending news that we don't know about. So you got to be careful out there, guys, because all this stuff that's coming up here right now. On top of that, we also have the GDP numbers coming out on Thursday and then the core PCE on Friday. Gonna be a big week. What if the Ripple news comes out? What happens with the GDP numbers? All I gotta say is don't bet the farm right now. Make rational decisions in your trading. Set up trades that if you lose on it, it's not going to be a burden on your overall financial well-being and not going to be a burden on your mental state, so that you can continue to go into the next trade being able to not have just lost a bunch of money and also think clearly. Okay, stay safe out there. Protect yourselves, protect your capital. We're in a highly volatile market. Anything can happen. Trade light. Don't be stupid. Trade safe. Anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.